Don't put that in. Hey, what's up? It's Anthony here at LANDR, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use suspended chords in your music to achieve a more open and colorful sound. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell to get notified when we release more videos like this one. So what are suspended chords? Suspended chords are chords that don't contain the major or the minor third of the chord. So for example, C major has C, E, and G, so 1, 3, and 5. To get a suspended chord, you would use the second or the fourth of the scale, so D or F. And that gives it more of an open and neutral sound, and not the immediate happy or sad sound of major and minor. The feeling of holding a suspended chord before it falls or rises to the third of the chord is what gives it the name suspension. So you would suspend the sound of the second or fourth, and they would ultimately fall to the third. So you would hear this sound. So you can hear it, it stays suspended, and there's a feeling of waiting for it to finally resolve that's really satisfying for the listener. So as you can see, basic suspended chords are actually pretty easy to play. And I'll go through the three most common types of suspended chords. The first is the Sus4 chord. The Sus4 chord is actually the most common type of suspended chord because the 4 falls nicely to the third. And how you get a Sus4 chord is by using the 4th scale degree, which is F and C major. So our C major chord contains C, E, and G. We replace that E with an F, and then we have C Sus4. The sus means the 4 is eventually going to fall to the third, but that's not always the case, and I'll get to that later in this video. So when you resolve the suspension, it really feels like a sense of closure. And that's one way to use this type of chord. The other type of suspended chord is the Sus2 chord, and it works exactly like the Sus4 chord. So for Sus4 we have F, and for Sus2, take a guess? That's right, it's D. So the second degree of the scale. So we have first and second, and so we're replacing this third with the second, so we have C, D, and G. This is really one of my favorite chords because it has this really nice open sound to it, and it can really work in lots of different contexts. So just like the Sus4, the Sus2 can resolve to the third, but the resolution isn't as strong. So I'll just resolve Sus2. That's the Sus2 resolving up to the third, so the D is going to the E. And then here's the Sus4. You can tell it's a bit more strong when it resolves back. Another type of chord that you can use the sus quality with are 7th chords, so dominant 7th chords. You can replace the third with either the second or the fourth. So if we have a C major chord and I want to make it a dominant 7th chord, I have to add the B flat. So we have C, E, G, and B flat. This is our dominant 7th chord, and I can go up to the 4 and just keep everything else the same. And this is a really cool chord to just hang out on for a while. So this 5 chord can actually resolve to the 1, which would be F. So C would be 5 of F in the key of F major. So if we count up 5 from F, F, G, A, B, C. So I'm going to resolve to F major with my sus. So the resolution to F major isn't as strong as if I used C7 without the sus. So I'll just play that. So that's C7 to F major. And then here's C7 sus to F major. And it's not as strong because the F of C sus4 is carrying into the F major, so it's staying the same. You can use this if you want a resolution that's not too strong and you don't want such a sense of closure, but you still want to have that 5-to-1 quality. So I've created a session where I'm using these sus chords in my music, and I'm using them in a couple of different ways. You can just select a sus chord to just hang out on And I've done that here. It lasts for 4 whole measures. And it has a really nice synth patch that I found. It gives it a really futuristic vibe. And I'll just play it by itself for you. So there's no real resolution here. I'm just staying on that chord. And you'll hear why it's effective afterwards when I bring the rest of the track in. At bar 5, I get to a C sus2, which is resolving up to a C major just for a second, and it gives the listener that sense of resolution just so they can kind of relate to an area of the track before it sounds open again. So it closes and then it opens harmonically. So it's nice I have that rising line there. It resolves and then goes to C sus4. Now what I am starting with is a G sus4. So we have G and then the scale degree 4, which is C, so G, A, B, C, and then the 5 above, which is D. And here it is in context with my track. It's really open sounding. Here's my C sus2 and it's resolving up to C major for a second, then C sus4. So another way to use the sus chord is to resolve it right away. So here I have it lasting for 2 bars. I have my G sus4, so we have G, A, B, C. I don't have a D in this, but that's okay. You don't always need the 5th in the chord. I have the 1 and 4 stacked on top of each other to give it more of a texture. And then I have the 4th falling to the 3rd. So it happens right away, the resolution, which gives the listener a sense of closure or that I'm going somewhere with the harmony, telling more of a story. And in the second half, I have the same chords as the first half, the C sus2 resolving to the 3rd and moving up to the 4th. So there it is in context. It really brings this nice energy to the song. And it really gives a nice bed for my melody to lay on top of. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you now understand how sus chords can bring more color and harmony to your music. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell to get notified when we release more videos like this one.